how are you? I hope you are all fine. See, one of the world's richest man in the world once said, see, I have a very successful career. I have lots and lots of money. I am one of the world's richest man. I have a lot of people who work for me. They do whatever I say. If I tell them to come, they'll come. If I tell them to sit, they'll sit. If I tell them to go, they'll go. See? And I have a lot of fame too. I am very much famous in this world. See, whenever I go into the public places, people will come to me and ask for autograph. They'll take pictures with me. And it's kind of luxurious, cool kind of life. I really enjoy it. But one thing I am not able to understand even till now. When I go to sleep, I feel something is missing. I can't sleep well. I definitely know there is something missing. I have no peace in my heart. There is no peace in my life. I don't know whether it's something or someone, but I'm missing something. See, this is what one of the world's richest man is saying. And it's nothing new. Even in the Old Testament, we can see the life of Solomon. See, the wisest, the richest person in the world. He had more than 1,000 wives. Do you know what he said? Well, Rainy Ecclesiastes, he says, vanity of vanities. All is vanities. Maya, Maya, Ella Maya. This is what he says. Yeah, I can really totally relate this to my life. Some years ago, like I had, of course, as children, we all have a lot of dreams that we wish to happen in your life, and I too had many dreams, and some of those dreams really happened. Before I thought, if some of my dreams come true, I will be the most happiest person in the world. That's what I thought. But when it really came true, it is not so. I am not happy, as much as happy that I thought that I would be if my dream came true. But that didn't happen. So even though I got what I decided for and what I wanted for, I definitely knew that something is missing there. I don't know what that is for many years, but now by God's grace I know. And for people who are watching this video, if you are suffering from the same, don't worry, we have got the solution. And for us to know the solution, we need to go back on time to the creation of the universe when God created the earth. Okay, so we'll go back to Genesis 1 and 7th verse. You can see some interesting things here. See, God here in the verse 7, Genesis 1:7, God goes to the ground, the earth He created, and He says, earth to produce trees and plants, and it did so. Then in 20th verse, He goes to the water, the sea, the ocean He created, and says it to produce living creatures, and it did so. See here, plants came from earth, right? And therefore plants need earth to thrive and survive. You take plant out of the earth, it dies. Same way with the fish and the living creatures on the water. You take fish out of the water, it dies. Fish came from water, you take fish out of the water, it dies. See the interesting part here. See, in 26th verse, when God was creating us human beings, see, God talks to Himself, let us make man in our own likeness and image. Wow, isn't that incredible? See, why is this important? See, God is telling the earth to produce plant. Plants come from earth, without earth they die, right? God is telling the water to produce living creatures like fish. The living creatures like fish, if we take it from water, without water they die. The same is for humans. We need God the same way fish needs water and the plants needs earth. Again I am repeating, we need God the same way fish needs water and plants need earth. Why? Because we came from God the same way fish came from water and plants came from earth. Isn't it interesting? See, God spoke everything into existence, but not human beings. While creating and forming human beings, he got personally involved. He didn't spoke them into existence. What he did is he formed and fashioned them into existence. See the difference. He didn't spoke them into existence. He formed and fashioned them into existence. He got personally involved. He took sand, he took the clay, and he formed and he made the human beings. See, that is one of the reasons our human soul always craves for the touch of God, because we are made missing. So this thing that we are missing, the void, it cannot be filled with money. It cannot be filled with the position or power. It can only be filled with God. See, the famous Blaise Pascal said, "There is a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man, which cannot be filled by any created thing, but only by God the Creator, made known through Jesus." See, Jesus Christ is the only person who can fill that void, that emptiness in your soul. He is the something that is missing in your life. Jesus Christ is the peace, the joy, the hope, and the fulfillment that you are missing in your life. Today, He wants to fill that void in your life and soul. So I would like to address one more issue, one more mistake we commit during when we are facing problems like this. See, we all know about pain, right? Nobody likes pain in our body, of course. But we all know that pain plays a very important role in our body. Pain is the indicator or warning sign of underlying condition, right? So whenever we have pain in our body, it tells us a warning sign that there is some underlying problem, and it asks us to treat it, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. That is what pain means. So, is it wise to give painkillers to relieve the pain without treating the underlying disorder? Of course not. That is one of the foolish things to do. And exactly that is what we do in our spiritual battlefield when we are facing problems like this. See, when you are feeling like there's something missing, when you are feeling empty, what we should do is we should face that, and we should try to solve it. Like, we should face that, and we should find a solution to that, and we should solve it. Instead of that, we chose to numb it, right? Like giving painkillers and relieving pain without treating the underlying disorder. What we do is, without solving the problem, we just numb it. That makes us more vulnerable, right? So, see, every people have different methods of numbing. For example, some people, when they face problems, instead of solving, what they do, they drink. So for some time period, they forget the problem, so they feel happy. But that doesn't mean the problem goes away. The problem is still there. The thing is, they just don't feel that problem is there, and that makes them more vulnerable. So for each person have different types of numbing. So for example, if I face some problem like this, my way of numbing is I just go and play games for us. Some people like watch movies for us. So this is not the right thing to do. So what is the right thing to do is place it in the feet of Jesus, finding a solution and solve it instead of numbing it. For people who feel empty, you feel you are missing something, allow me to show you how we can receive Jesus Christ into your heart and fill the emptiness in your soul. Please go and read the description. I have written a detailed step-by-step process on that. I hope it helps. Thank you so much for listening. All glory and honor to God.